Day 5. Lights on. Let's turn the lights on so you can see the difference. Got some daylight coming in from over here, so that's cool. I don't have my shirt on because I didn't want to get it wrinkled. And sometimes I'll think through a process of doing something, whether it's washing dishes or sewing, just something tactile about using your hands to think through the creative process. There's no such thing as balance, right? So when I think of balance and you think of balance, you say, oh, you got to balance out your life. And sometimes things are going to be out of balance. You're not gonna be able to do everything at the same time. So try to compartmentalize things. So what I'm looking to do is I noticed that I haven't been working. And so I wanted to make sure I get back into the habit of, into the routine and habit of working out and riding. And I went for a ride yesterday. Riding or doing running, there's just something about the movement that gives you some clarity. So just kind of switches some things up. So I got a handlebar because I don't like the one that's on there. I wanted to switch it up, and so I did that. I might need some tape, so you know what I mean. So you don't fall off of this, fall off of it. So yeah, that's the handlebar, and that'll be in there. And figure out where I want it. Fixie. But it's not the fixie, but it never stops rolling. But I did want to do that, so just thinking anything where your hands are moving and you're doing something, it kind of gets you active, you know? So if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you got. So you can say, oh man, there's a couple of thoughts of how do you change something if you don't like the way it's been going? So what do? Some people, I need to do a deep dive in, or there's one school of thought where figure out what the root cause is, and once you figure out what the root cause is, then you can analyze it, and so you do all this, spend all this time getting to root cause, or you can just go ahead and establish a new habit and build off of those, and that's what James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. So I'm just going to establish a new habit. What else did I get? So I got this this thing right here, right? Because I want to put these in the ends of them. And so as I'm thinking through, this will go in here, right? And then that expands. And so, yeah, I like the blue, just the accent. So that's gonna go in there. That's what I'm gonna take care of. I have an Allen wrench. It's like, why you got all these tools? Because sometimes I don't ask, you know? So I got the tools, that's what I'm gonna do. And then thinking through, what is it? Design is a book that I'm looking at. Design is storytelling. And so people tell stories through designing. And design is also, whether it's pattern making, I find, or sewing, as I mentioned earlier, there's just something about sewing that going through the creative process, it's problem solving, right? So it's problem solving. You have a challenge. I got this shirt and I said, okay, there is something about a shirt, right? And so sometimes it's full, and if you wanted it fitted, you would have to contour, you have to taper it so it's fitted, so it's not just like a fitted suit. You can tell a tailor-made suit, and you can tell if you've been watching any of the previous videos, you can tell when I'm looking at the camera and when I'm focused on the image that I see here. I want to be focused on you, so I want to look at the lens. So you can tell the difference between a tailor-made suit and a suit that's off the rack if it hasn't been fitted to the individual, because they shape it, the tailor would shape it, or the seamstress would shape it to the shape of your body. And so as I'm thinking through that, it forces me to think of we're symmetrical, right? And so when you look at a pattern, they divide a pattern. They don't do the entire pattern. They just kind of do half of it, and then they'll do it on the fold because it just saves time. I could probably use that, right? So let's just use that since it's right there. We got these markers. So you think of a shirt. You know, so that's the neck, and then you got your shoulder, And that's how this would be. It would be on the phone and open up and it'd be on that side. Can you even see that? I should have probably did it bigger or a different color, but you see that you get, I'll bring the camera over here and you'll see the difference, right? And so this would be the center of it here. Let me bring the camera closer so you can see what I'm talking about. How's that? Okay, so maybe I'll do it like this. We can see it a little bigger. Make the lines a little thicker. Right? Shoulder. That's the body, and that's the tail end there. And so this would be the center. And if I wanted it, I want to figure out, I want to get it tapered here. So up about like the shoulder blade there, and then come there. So you have to, those two things, and then it will come like this. You put a dart in there. But seeing it in your head first and figuring out, well, where do I want it to be? I know this is going to be the center of the shirt, right? So you figure, you have to imagine it. It's already done. That's the neck. That's the neck. And so it already has, like, you can tell that that's the center. You put the shoulders together and confirm that that's the center. All right. And seeing it, the problem already, all right, that's the center. Where do I want the dart? See, that's the bottom. Wait, yeah. See, that's the bottom. Whatever. That's the bottom. And I want the dart to be away from the center, but right here, right? And so that way it's fitted. And so as I'm thinking about this problem, you say, I don't sew, Derek. Why are you talking to me about sewing? And I don't even sew. What does this have to do with anything that I'm doing? Find that thing that helps you slow down, that causes you to then focus, and you envision it in your head, and it becomes, the problem is the shirt is too big. So whatever the problem is that you're confronting, whether it's service or retaining customers, how do you solve it? And so this is the center. You have to imagine it as already done. What's the problem? The problem right now in this instance is the shirt it's not too big, it's just not fitted, and you want it fitted. But you don't want to just go, and you can go in the sides here, right? But that's gonna alter that's the side and the shirt. Or you can just do a dart, and that helps it to contour to the shape of your body. And so seeing it, envisioning it as already solved, and that becomes a way of, okay, that's just balancing it out. And going through that process then frees up some space to think about some other things, and it opens up and makes you start making these connections in other areas. So yeah, break it up. So the handlebars are done. All I gotta do is put the electrical tape on there, and that's finished. And the shirt is done. Don't have the shirt on now, obviously. He asked me if I didn't want to go to her because she's good looking. She's about as old as my daughter. Why would I want to? Anyhow, let's go head over here to self-checkout and get out of here. So I went to, it used to be VeloFlex, but they changed the name.
Please scan your item. When you're finished, select the Pay Now button.
So now it's something else. And on the ends, you have to use the, what did I get from there? I got the tape to wrap the bike handle. Right? But I needed I need the electrical tape to finish it off. So that's why I'm here at the depot for the electrical tape.
Please remove your card. Would you like an e-receipt?
That's it.
Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
Good. Here's my receipt. All right. That's it. I'm out of here.